Hello, world. Hello, sports fans. Matt Frank here from the Sports Show, giving you guys of the world, of the sports world, episode 8 of the Sports Show. Folks, guys, gals, sports fans of all kinds, you can hit me up on Twitter. Sports Show Matt. That's Sports Show Matt on Twitter. The Sports Show with Matt Frank on YouTube. Subscribe to me, people. Make me feel good. And I'm up on Facebook under the awesome name my parents gave me, Matt Frank. Welcome, everyone, to the 8th episode of the Sports Show. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We're going to kick the show off with the Dirty 30. That is 30 seconds of the news, the sports, and the dirt going on in the sports world. You ready? Let's do it. Tennessee Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota has a perfect quarterback rating last week. He gets Offensive Player of the Week. Congratulations to you, Mariota. Adam Pac-Man Jones gets fined $35,000 for smashing Amari Cooper's head into his own helmet. Fine should have been more, in my opinion. Dez Bryant breaks his foot in the last Sunday night football game against the Giants. He has already undergoes surgery. He gives the thumbs up for the recovery. We hope you speedy recovery, Mr. Bryant. And the final stretch. The road to the World Series is up for grabs. Wild card is still up there. Who's it going to be? That is the Dirty 30. And that is brought to you by the Sports Show. Right here, coming to you live, folks. Yakima, Washington, and I am really pumped up about the show in multiple reasons and ways. First of all, I like to comment on Thursday Night Football last night. Peyton Manning and the Broncos taking on the Chiefs. Now, I think the Chiefs were the ones that were supposed to win this game. They're playing at home. They got a loud crowd, and there wasn't any reason why they shouldn't have won this game. And they have one of the best running backs in the league in Jamaal Charles. Now, if you guys recall, Jamaal Charles, before the season starts, he announces and claims that he is the LeBron James of the NFL, which is a pretty bold statement. And, of course, if you have to compare yourself to another superstar in another league, like how they say, I'm the Michael Jordan of golf, or I'm the Michael Jordan of hockey, or whatever. And if you have to compare yourself to a legend, then you may not be that legend in the making. Maybe you are. Basically, your actions will speak for itself, especially in the sports world. So how did Jamaal Charles do last night? Well, if you watched the game, Jamaal Charles lost it for the Chiefs, coughed up the football a few times, resulting in a few touchdowns, including the game-winning touchdown from the Broncos with only seconds left to go in the game. I think everyone was basically shocked in Kansas City, and rightfully so. Kansas City is a good ball club. A lot of people have projected them to go out there and win the Super Bowl this year. Andy Reid, their head coach, he used to be the head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I like their team. I like their quarterback. Everyone's good on the team. And Jamaal Charles, to be the guy to say, I am the LeBron James of the NFL, to then lose the game in that way, I'm not sure if you're the LeBron James of the NFL. Even when you were saying these words, Mr. Charles, I think you had a lot of haters and doubters. But that's good to have confidence in yourself. Confidence is a good thing, especially as a running back. But you lost it for your team. And instead of going 2-0, you're now 1-1, and your division rivals, the Denver Broncos, are now 2-0 to start this season. Peyton Manning, with his age and his health, he's got the tingling and numbness still in his fingers that's constant and doesn't go away. People have questioned his physical nature in the game and his ability to go out there and fire that ball in like he used to. He used to have that bullet, just straight shot. And everyone has seen a lack of speed and power thrown by Peyton Manning. As you saw, if you watched the game last night, there was some duck throws, a little bit of wobbly balls, threw an interception. He should have had more interceptions, and he's lucky he didn't. But it was clear that Peyton Manning is not that Peyton Manning that we have all used to see. Now, last year, Peyton Manning was calling all of his plays. He's pointing, he's doing his thing. He's the captain of the ship out there, and he's changing the play calls several times before the play call even ends with a new system and a new coach. You could tell that the offense is different. And it's true. The Denver Broncos last night proved that it is a team game. And his teammates really stepped up in defense and in offense. And Peyton Manning fired it in there. He had a couple touchdowns, or I think he at least one. And, hey, he got the win. Everyone said that the Baltimore win the week prior was kind of a lame game, and they questioned Denver in general. Can't question it when you get the W in the end. And this could very well be Peyton Manning's last season. So you know he's going to go out there. You know his teammates are going to go out there and make the legend even more of a legend. He's breaking records. He broke records last year. He's going to continue those records. What a phenomenal career. I just hope Manning doesn't get hurt. I thought that going into last night's game that defenses all around the league may not put the pressure on Peyton Manning due to the fact of his superstardom, his legend. Everyone respects him. So, I mean, can you imagine the player being that player who takes Peyton Manning out? I mean, he's got multiple neck injuries. Can you imagine that? And I know I'm going to the worst case scenario, but last night they knocked him around like a rag doll. They threw him on the ground. He smacked his head around. There's a couple times where I knew that all the Denver fans and the coaches are like covering their eyes. They're like, oh my gosh, here we go. So I hope the legend of Peyton Manning doesn't end of him getting hauled off there and him being a little bit slower. If you guys watch the game, instead of taking a hit, he falls on the ground. And you know, if the play is dead and there's nothing he can do, he's just going to protect himself and he's just going to lay down and he's going to protect himself a little bit more that way. But I don't know. It's going to be iffy to see how he's going to react. And it kind of looks like this year looks like how Peyton ended his season last year. A little bit slow, a little sluggish, but at times you see old Peyton Manning in there, and I like watching him in general. And so kudos to you, Mr. Manning, starting off the season 2-0. But I'm really excited about this season or week 2 of the National Football League. Week 1 went out with a bang, some surprising upsets, and it was really exciting. Some really awesome games going on, and I really enjoyed week 1. Week 2, I hope, is going to be even more exciting. The game that I'm really going to want to watch is the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Both teams started off with a win, a very impressive win by both teams, and I'm really excited to see Rex Ryan's team, hopefully at home, contend with the Super Bowl champions, Patriots. Now, if you guys know, Rex Ryan is not the biggest fan of Tom Brady and the Patriots, and Tom Brady and the Patriots are not the best fans of Rex Ryan, as Rex Ryan used to be the former coach of the Jets. And there's been many words back and forth. They don't like each other, and they're in the same division once again. So someone's got to win. Someone's got to lose. I am calling for an upset, and I don't know if it's an upset of the Bills or if it would be the upset the other way around. As past goes, it would be an upset for the Bills, but the Bills look really, really, really good. I'm excited. I think the Bills are going to actually pull off the victory. They're playing at home. The crowd's going to be rocking. Defense of the Bills is probably going to take care of Gronkowski a lot better than the Steelers did in week 1, but we're all going to find out. And I'm not just trying to have New England lose. I'm over the whole Brady thing and Deflategate. Shoot, let's play some football. You know, that's what I'm saying. So I think the Bills are going to win against the Pats. I'm really excited about the Tennessee Titans game against the Cleveland Browns. You have rookie Marcus Mariota coming off a fantastic performance to start off the regular season for the Tennessee Titans, and he's facing off Johnny Manziel, who has an interesting start of his career. If you guys don't remember, Johnny Manziel, rookie last year, went out there, Didn't really do a whole lot. Created the money sign that has a few people cheering, a few people booing. I haven't seen the money sign yet, and I don't know if he's going to do it or not. He also went to rehab to clean himself up, had some issues. I respect that, taking responsibility and going out there and getting himself clean. And now he is the man. And the former quarterback there has a concussion issue. Manziel, you the man. Let's see what you're going to do. Browns fans, how you feel? I'm not sure how many Browns fans out there are listening to the sports show, but I hope that there is, and I would love to hear your thoughts on how you feel about Johnny Manziel. Do you feel like he's got what it takes to go out there and not only win, but make a name for himself more than he already has? Or do you think Mariota is going to go out there and shine a little bit bigger? This is going to be a great game to watch because if Mariota goes out there and kicks butt and wins, a lot of people are going to question Johnny Manziel if he should even be in the league. And I know it's a week-to-week thing. Some people throw it all out of proportion. That's okay. Mariota dominated against the Buccaneers and Jameis Winston, who had a horrible first regular season. And his first throw resulted in a pick six. And I love it, whoever went out there and posted Brett Favre throwing a pick six for his first throw. So, Jameis Winston, don't worry about it. You'll learn. You'll get the hang of it. But you better get the hang of it pretty darn quickly, or you're going to have a horrible season. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited for the Tennessee and Browns game. Hawk fans, are you excited? Kind of a weird loss last week. A couple fingers being pointed, offensive line being drilled and blamed for not doing their job. Poor Dion Bailey. I don't know if I should say poor or if he had it coming. He did not do his job, fell flat on his face, possibly losing the game against St. Louis. St. Louis came to, and they brought it. Their defensive line destroyed Seattle's offense. I do not think that the Green Bay Packers have the defensive line like St. Louis. So I believe the offensive line in this game is going to do a lot better. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, and arguably the best quarterback in the league, is probably a little ticked off from the NFC Championship game, rightfully so. The crowd's going to be rocking. You know Seattle is going to be yelled at, booed at, and just try to be distracting or be distracted in some type of a way, and rightfully so. The Packers should have won the game. This is a Hawk fan telling everyone out there that last year's championship game, the NFC Championship game, should have resulted in the Packers winning that game. They did not. That's the way sports goes. And then Seattle, of course, with the heartbreaking loss in the Super Bowl. It was emotional last year. It really was, not just for Seattle, Green Bay, Detroit Lions, Dallas, the Colts, and the Ravens all had some pretty emotional end to the season last year. What will happen this year? I think those teams are also going to be in it at the end of this season. We're going to find out. I'm still sticking with my original prediction of the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks, even though both teams of the Seahawks and the Colts lost their first regular season game. How are they going to respond? We're going to find out. I really, really like it. In baseball news, there's only 12 games left in the season for Major League Baseball. The final stretch to the World Series is upon us. Fall is upon us, and those crisp nights equals, for me, awesome baseball, playoff baseball, and I can't wait. Now, if you look at the standings, you're starting to see some first place teams starting to just kind of stroll with that lead. And the only real division that I'm looking at, not just because I'm a Mariners fan, is the American League West. Now, you got Texas, Houston, you got the Angels, Seattle, and Oakland. Now, Oakland, no offense to Oakland, they're not going to have anything to do with wild card contention or nothing. They're out. So it really just comes down to Texas, Houston, the LA Angels, and the Seattle Mariners. Now, Houston currently has a lead of wins right now with 79 wins. But they've been kind of struggling the past couple games, and Houston is right on their tail. Now, I'm trying to be optimistic, and I really love the Mariners, of course, but they still do have a shot. You got 12 games left, and they are going to be playing all their division people. They got Texas, and they got Houston in the very, very end, but they also got the Royals. It's going to be a tough go-around at the very, very end. They're really going to have to buckle down. I still think they got what it takes. I really do. They're playing pretty good baseball, and we're going to find out. It's going to be super exciting. I hope Seattle gets that wild card spot. Once you're in, it's a whole different system. It's anyone's game once you get into the playoffs. It really, truly is. That's how that works, and I'm super excited. Baseball fans, what do you got? What's your guesses for the World Series? What's your guesses for wild card spots? How's it going to work? And we're just going to find out. I'm really, really excited to see it. Now, the last episode, I mentioned that I guessed the Dodgers and the Mets are going to meet at the World Series. And I am embarrassed to say I'm completely wrong because they're in the same league and they can't face each other in the World Series. So I kind of look like an idiot. But hey, I really didn't know that they were in the same league in the National League compared to the American League. My fault. So therefore, that is just out of the question. So I have to come up with a new guess for the World Series. I'm going to stick with the Mets just because. And, I don't know. Let's go with Houston Astros. That's my guess. Both really good ball clubs. And, we're just going to have to see. And that's what I love about sports. And I love this time of year, not just with the start of the NFL, but the closing season ending in the National Football League. Sports fans, what are your thoughts? Hey, I got my gear on. I got my stuff on. I'm representing my team like I usually do. And so what are your teams? Now, I always ask every episode, what are your teams? Who you representing? And I still want to hear it. Wherever you're at in this world, what are your favorite teams? Who are you rooting for? Send me your tweets, pictures of your gear. I love it. I love seeing it. It fires me up. It really, truly does. College football fans, oh, man, interesting start of this season. Did you watch the Notre Dame and Virginia game? Whew, that was fantastic. That was exciting. Oregon Ducks losing, and we're going to see how they do. And USC starting out strong. I think USC is going to be the team that makes it in the end. And I'm not even a USC fan, but they look really, really good. Cody Kessler, quarterback of USC, I think he's going to have one heck of a season. You never know about injuries. You never know how it's going to play out. Notre Dame's quarterback is already out. And, it's sad when you see a young superstar get hurt in the college game. I hate seeing it, so I hope speedy recoveries for anybody out there getting hurt. And you got to be tough, but sometimes you just can't help an injury like that. So college football fans, who you rooting for, who you representing, I love to see it. Ohio State, are they going to be the team to beat? They may be struggling this year. Some people have been saying that their schedule is too easy. I don't think any schedule out there is too easy. It's anybody's game out there. Superstars in the making is happening right in front of our eyes. Sports fans, let me know how you think and feel. Hit me up on Twitter, Sports Show Matt. That's Sports Show Matt on Twitter. The Sports Show with Matt Frank on YouTube and on Facebook under the awesome name my parents gave me, Matt Frank People. Hit me up. Episode 8. You like it? I like it. Hit me up. Let me hear what you think. We're going to be doing a preview probably after the Sunday night games of football. We'll see what happens. Maybe after on Monday to get them all out of the way. We'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens. Fun surprises. We'll see who's going to get hurt. Hopefully nobody. Who's going to get fined? Oh, someone's going to get fined in week 2. If anyone has a guess out there of who's going to get fined just for giggles, I don't know. Ndamukong Suh did not get fined for kicking that guy in the head. I like him, man. He's such a bully and a tough guy out there, and I like it. We'll see what Miami can do, but we'll see who gets fined out there. Sports trivia. To answer the last question of the last show, it was who has scored the most points in NBA history. The answer? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How about that? I guessed Karl Malone. He came in second. I Googled it right after the show because I wanted to know myself because I did not know the answer. So I love it. Sports trivia this week. I got a fun one for you guys. I'm going to do something a little different. And which athlete in the world, in the whole entire world, has won the most gold medals in the Olympics? This could be a team or an athlete. Who's got the most gold medals? And I'll even throw in who's got in country wise, who has won the most gold medals. If you got the answer, who's got the most gold medals in the Olympics as a player or a team or even the country? Should be interesting. I don't know. Country-wise, I'm just going to throw it out there, United States. I have no idea who's got the most medals overall. Player-wise or individual member, I have not even a clue where to even guess on that. As a team, not a clue. Sports fans, do you know? Hit me up. Tweet me. YouTube, Facebook. Episode 8, thanks for watching. Episode 9, soon to come. Sports fans, I love you. It's awesome. We'll see you next time. Peace.